Sometimes it's important to check the rating of movies before you show them to like a child or a teenager who's maybe either a preteen or going to be a teenager, and make sure that they're comfortable with it and stuff, because sometimes not all parents are comfortable with kids watching movies with certain content in them that may be in the movie. So keep in mind to always make sure you check ratings before you show them to people. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you did not already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoons sometimes, and today in this video, I wanted to do a 2-in-1 story time. I love story times. They're so much fun to do. I really just love doing them so much. Anyway, so I wanted to do a quick story time about the 2 times I was suggested 2 movies that I didn't know were rated R for my trip to the hospital while going through chemo. So this is a story about how we were asking for movie suggestions, and someone we knew suggested these 2 movies to us, and then all of a sudden my mom was not comfortable with the content in the movie, so we decided to not watch them at all because there was like some content that wasn't really very comfortable with, well, probably with me. So this is a story just to teach you guys, when you're suggesting movies to people, always be people and their kids, make sure you know what the rating is before you suggest them, because some parents are not comfortable with, may not be comfortable with the content in the film. So, and then they might not be family friendly and stuff. So just keep in mind before you suggest a movie to people, make sure you check what the rating is and what it's rated for before you suggest it to other people. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. First story. So this one started, I think about, excuse me. So I think this all started about 17 or maybe 16 years ago. I was going through chemo at the time, and we were asking one of my mom's friends, who I'm going to call Movie 2 just because he liked movies. Anyway, so Movie 2, we were asking Movie 2 to suggest some movies for us, and he suggested this one called Love Actually. I know I think a lot of people actually like this movie, and so my mom's like, okay, well, check it out. So we rent the movie and we put it on in the hospital, and I had a roommate in the hospital with me, and we put the movie on, and there's some content that's not comfortable, and the movies that they would show in the hospital, sometimes they'd, when there was one movie in the VCR, the TV would put the same movie on for people and stuff. Like, we would share, kind of like, there were 2 different TVs in the hospital, so whenever I was sitting and watching TV, I would always like see what my roommate would be watching and stuff. So kind of when you put a movie in, because the VCR was connected to the other TV, I hope this is making sense. The VCR was connected to 2 TVs. We would put the movie on, and so when we start putting the movie on, it doesn't show really appropriate content in the movie. So my mom just turned it off right away, and we kind of felt bad because the movie was on the other person's TV in the hospital too. So we were just nervous, and we apologized to the parent because we just didn't check the rating. So my mom looks at the rating of the movie, and it says it's rated R, and we're like, oops, and we didn't realize it was rated R, and someone had suggested this movie, and Movie 2 had suggested this movie to us, and we're like, uh-oh. So we decided not to watch it at all. I think my mom just waited till she, I think we just decided to either return the movie, or maybe my parents probably wanted to like either wait until they could watch it by themselves or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we ended up returning. I think we did end up returning the movie. I can't remember. So we decided not to watch it at all during our time in the hospital, just because the content in the film was just really not appropriate, at least for my age at the time and the other person that was staying in the hospital's age. age. So I think that person was a little bit younger than me, and it was on the same TV, and whenever you play movies in the VCR, it would be on both TVs at the same time, because the two TVs were connected to the VCR. Let me know if that makes any sense. So we did apologize to my roommate's parent that was in the hospital with us, and they were super nice about it. They're like, don't worry about it, blah, 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 blah. And so we talked to my mom's friend. We told him this didn't have very good appropriate content and stuff in it, and blah, 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 blah. And we had another person in the hospital, and he's like, I'm so sorry about that. And we were like, that is okay, no worries. So at least he realized that it wasn't a good movie for at least me to watch, or my hospital roommate, who was, I think, a little younger than me. Story number 2, moving on. So this one also started the same year. A couple months later, we asked my mom's friend for another movie suggestion, and he said, oh, you guys should watch My Cousin Vinny, blah, blah, blah. It's really good. We're like, okay. So this is also our fault too, because we didn't check the rating before we rented the movie. So we go to the local Hollywood Video, pick the movie up, and we start watching it. This movie was pretty interesting. I think I can watch it now today. I'll have to probably rewatch it. I haven't seen it in so long because, well, I don't remember watching it all the way through, and I haven't seen it in so long. And we start watching the movie, and my mom is not a big fan of the content in the film because she didn't think it was very appropriate. There is like a very inappropriate scene of stealing. I'm not going to sing stealing. Sorry if I give it away for those who haven't seen it. And also there was like a lot of cuss words and everything, and I was a little uncomfortable watching it, so we kind of watch it, and then both my mom and I end up falling asleep, and then we decide that was just not a good movie for us to watch. So we tell my mom's friend that we weren't a big fan of this movie because of the cussing and stuff, and he also apologized for that, and he's like, oops, I'm sorry, I should have told you guys there was a lot of cussing and the film and not very appropriate content, and he was very apologetic for it. And my mom was just not comfortable with us watching it, and also because I had a hospital roommate in there, I didn't think the hospital roommate's parents would really be comfortable with their child watching it, because I don't remember if the kid was either a little younger than me or older than me or around my age or something. I don't remember, but we just decided to turn it off because, like I said, both TVs in the hospital would play the same movie because there was only one VCR, and we had to share the VCR with the other people in the hospital. If they ever wanted to put on a movie, we'd put it on. And wanted to watch a movie, we'd put on a movie, and it would be on my TV and both mine and their TV, or if I put on a movie, it would be on my TV and their movie, because like I said, the VCRs were connected to the TV. So we told my mom's friend that we were not a fan of My Cousin Vinny just because it was just like not appropriate content, and because we had, I think, a hospital roommate that was a little bit younger than me for this movie. And he said, I'm so sorry, I thought it was just a really good movie. I just forgot there was a lot of stuff that probably was not appropriate, and he was very apologetic, and my mom was just not comfortable with me watching it, or she wasn't comfortable with my roommate and his or her parents or their parent watching it, because they probably would get a little uncomfortable. So we were just being a little considerate, which is a good thing. And also we decided that just was not an appropriate movie for at least me at the time, because I was a little younger to watch. So the moral of the story is, when you're suggesting movies to people, always make sure you check the content and the rating of the film, just in case certain people have kids and they're not comfortable with their kids watching that content. And also, it's just a good idea before you bring a movie to a hospital and you have to share the same you have to share the same VCR with another hospital roommate. Make sure the parent is comfortable with the child watching the film, and film, just in case there's like certain content that may be uncomfortable in the film and stuff. So always just make sure you check the rating before you share a movie with your hospital roommate. Please keep that in mind. So that was a 2-in-1 story time about how I was accidentally suggested 2 R-rated movies when I was 13 years old. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye! I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Sometimes before you show a movie to like a teenager or a kid, it's always important to check what the movie is rated before you show the child or the teenager, because if you don't, let's rewind that.